Hello guys, welcome to the fifth part of this series. So in this video we are going to maintain the login persistence of the user. So we are going to basically manage the state of the user. So let me give you a demo what is happening right now into our project. So if I open my terminal here and clear this out, and if I type my credentials here, so I should get something. So let's see, did it make the request or not. So if I hit login here, if I go to the network, so here you can see the response. We are getting the token back. So now we need to save this token, and we have to maintain the login and persistence of the user. So before, as you can see, we are only sending the token, so we need to send the state of the user as well. So let's go to the auth.js and go to the email, and we are going to send back the user as well. So I will pass here user, and I am going to create here user. So const user is equal to I'm going to spread the does user exists dot underscore doc, and then I am going to make the password of undefined, and I am going to send back the user response. And let's go to the our React project. Into the client, we'll go to the source, context, and auth context, and we are simply going to here console dot log the result. So if I hit here now, so as you can see, we are getting the response back with the token and the user, right? So as you can see, this user has 3 fields except password. So now we can actually set the state of the user as well. So we have already defined here the set user. So after saving the token, I am going to set the user to be of result dot user. Okay, and I'm going to comment this for now, and we will go to the component folder. We'll go to the navbar. Similarly, I'm going here to create a new field that is that will have this, not any link, but we'll have here a button, and this will have class name of button danger, and let's close this, and this will have logout. Okay, so if I go here, as you can see, we are getting logout. So we want to show this only when we have the state of the user. Okay, so basically when we have the state of the user, then only we want to show the logout, because as you can see, we are not passing here any user. So let's pass our user as well. So I'll write here user. So this will pass our context down. So now the also we can also use this set user. So if I go to the navbar, so now we have to fetch that user. So I'll use here user is equal to use context, similarly auth context, and now we can use this user to change the states of our app. So if I'll use here, if the user is defined, then we are going to simply put this here, else we are going to put these nav links. So as you can see, now it is not showing, but if I type my credentials here, if I enter, as you can see, immediately our state gets updated and we got logout. If I go to the component and we'll go to the context auth context provider, as you can see, the state is being updated. So how can we clear the state as well? So let's implement the logout functionality as well. So I'll also grab out the set user function. So what this will do is simply log out the user, right? So I'll write here on click. So this is going to emit a function, and in this we will have the set user to be of null, and we're also going to local storage dot clear. So this will clear all our local storage state. So if I hit refresh, as you can see, our state is not being persistent. We will also see later on this video how we can manage the persistence of logging the user in. And if I hit here 1 2 3, as you can see, our states get updated. But if I hit here logout, as you can see, the state gets null, and we have successfully implemented the logout feature. Because if we'll go to the storage tab here, you can see the localhost, our token has been cleared. So we have successfully managed to create the login and logout system, but we want to have the persistence of the user as well. So in order to have the persistence, we will first create a route to our backend. So let's go here, and we will have here auth, and I'm going to just wrap this, and we'll create here a route like router dot get, and this will have me, and this is going to be a protected route, so I will use here auth. So let's require our auth middleware. So I'll write here const auth is equal to require, and we'll go one directory before and require the auth middleware, and we'll have here auth middleware. Similarly, this is going to be a async function. Similarly, we will have the try catch error in case we will have any error, or let's just simply return, because it is going to validate this, and it will attach our user into the request.user format, right? So we'll write here return res.status of 200 with a JSON response of request.user. So we need 3 dots to spread, right? So let's see this in action. So we will create here a separate login request, like check if the user is logged in. So we will create here a function like const check user logged in. So what this will do is simply it is going to make a request to the /me route. So I'll write here const res is equal to await fetch, and this will make request to /api/me. So as you can see, this route is being protected, so we want to define here some methods as well. So we'll have their method of get, and we will attach some of the headers like headers, and we will have here authorization. So I'll write here authorization. So this will have bearer, and then local storage dot get item of token, right? And so we will have a result is equal to await res dot json, and if there is no error, it means we have some success endpoint. So if there is no error, then we are simply going to console.log the result, and if there is some error, we are still going to console.log the error. So in order to use this function, now we will have to use here a use effect hook, and we want to execute this only one time when the page gets loaded. So I'll write here check user logged in. Okay, so if I go here, as you can see, so we have to first make this async function. So if I hit here, as you can see, we are getting unauthorized, but when we get logged in gmail.com, when we log in, and if I hit refresh here, as you can see, we are getting a state. So this is not the actual state, because we want to spread the underscore doc thing. So if I hit refresh again, as you can see, we are getting the state back of the user, so we will just simply update the state of the user. So I'll write here set user to be of result. So if I hit refresh, as you can see, our state gets immediately updated. As you can see, our states is getting immediately updated until we click logout. So when I click logout, as you can see, we have no more persistence of the user. As you can see, we are getting the method of unauthorized. So we want to only do this thing, right, when the user is logged in. If I hit refresh here, as you can see, it is getting authorized. So let me log the user back again. So if I hit enter here, as you can see, our state will be persistent. So if I go to the component and context provider, as you can see, the state, if I hit refresh, it is null and gets updated again. So as you can see, this is how we manage the state of this user. So now we don't want the user to get to this route, like login and register when the user gets logged in, right? So we are going to similarly create a thing called a context like toast context. So I'll write a toast context.js, and we will import create context, import, why is my intelligence not working, from create context, and we'll create here context called toast context is equal to create context, and we are going to export this toast context. So export default the toast context, and we will have now export const toast context provider is equal to, we'll have the children, and this will have the toast messages. So let's go to the pages directory into the login. We are simply going to copy this and paste it here. We are also going to copy this and paste it out here, and in the end we are going to export the toast context dot provider, and we'll wrap the children. So this will have the value of like the toast, and we will have here the toast container that will have the functionality of auto close in 2 seconds, and I think it should work if I'm not wrong. So let's go to the login and use here const toast is equal to use context toast context, but before that we need to wrap this. So I'll go here, we'll write toast context provider, and I'm going to cut this, paste it here, and I think we will be able to use it if I'm not wrong. So let's do a toast dot success logging in the user. Let's see if this works or not as of now. So I'm going to comment this, and toast container is not defined, so I think we need to import the toast container here. Okay, we need to comment here, so let me comment this out as well. Toast context provider. Okay, we are not returning, right? Yes, we are not returning. We have to return this as well. So let's enter some random JavaScript text here. So if I hit enter, So we're getting something toast is undefined. So let's see what we have messed up. So this is the toast context provider, and sorry, we have to pass this in object, not in single braces. So if I write here anything, as you can see, logging the user is, we are getting the state. So we'll go to the login here, remove this part. Similarly, I'm going to also remove this part, and when we log in the user, then we are simply going to write here toast, or let's remove it for now, and we're also going to we'll also go to the register, remove this, and we will remove this as well, and we are going to bring back our toast context. So I'll write here toast is equal to use context, and this will have the toast context, and I think it should work if I'm not wrong. So I'll write here my name, as you can see the toast is working fine. So if I write here anything like let's register via the same email we have registered before, and we will give here the random name. If I hit enter, as you can see we are getting back the error message, so we want to show this as well. So what we can do is we can simply go to the register user. So basically we'll go to this callback, and we'll go here auth context. So we are going to grab a context called toast is equal to use context. We'll have a toast context. So if there will be any error, so let's enter here toast dot error to be of result dot error. Let's test it out in the register form. So if I hit a refresh, okay, so we have to wrap this before the auth context. So we'll go to the app.js and cut this out, paste it here, and hopefully it should work, right? So if I hit refresh here, and if I go to the login, and I am going to enter the credential which does not exist. If I hit enter here, as you can see we are getting the invalid email or password, so this is working fine. So if I go to the login, and I'm also going to remove this the test message of toast. So if I hit here any random email and write any random password, as you can see we're getting the message of invalid email or password. Similarly, now we can use this toast message in the register area as well. So we'll go to here register, and we'll go to the auth context, and instead of logging the result, we'll do here toast dot error of result dot error. So we'll go register here again and try to create the same user with the same email address, and we will write here, as you can see a user with that email already exists, so please try another one. So as you can see this is working pretty fine. Now we have some more case, like when the user gets registered successfully, we are going to navigate the user to the login, and we will say login. Now you have successfully registered, now login. Okay, so we will go to the here auth context, and we will write here like if there were no error, then we're simply going to use a hook called use navigate. So I will write here const navigate is equal to use navigate. So once this gets our register gets successfully, once our user gets registered successfully, then we are simply going to firstly uh, write a toast message of like user registered successfully, now log in into your account. And then we are going to navigate the user to our login page, and we are going to replace the path so that the user can't go back again to the register. So if I hit here a random username and hit register, as you can see, okay, so this user is also registered. So let me try another one, like Ayush Gupta, okay, and I'll write here ayush@gmail.com. Ayush. If I hit register here, as you can see, we get immediately redirected to the login page, and we are getting the toast back message of user registered successfully, now login into your account. So if I write here ayush@gmail.com, AYUSH, and hit enter, as you can see, we are getting again, we are logging again. So now we will again set back a toast message here once we get logged in. So I'll write here toast dot success, and we'll add logged in, and we will have here the result dot user dot name. So if I hit here logout, and if I go here and write my name, if I hit enter, as you can see, logged in Susan Khan, as you can see. And if I hit logout, we should again see a toast message of that we are logged out successfully. So we can go to the navbar, we will bring the toast, use context of toast context, and we will show here toast dot success logged out. So let me get back again login. As you can see, logged in as Susan Kern. If I hit here logout, logged out. So this is working fine. So now we don't want whenever we are logged in, or whenever there is a state of user, we don't want the user to be navigated to this login or register, right? So when I go to this auth context, so let's do a thing here. So we are checking the logged in of the user, so we are setting the user. So once the user has been set, we are going to navigate the user to the home page, and we will replace this to true. And we of course need to use this navigate field, and we are also going to check some of the things like location. So I am going to also use location is equal to use location, and we are going to check here for the fields like if location dot path name is equal to slash login, or location dot path name is equal to slash register, then we are going to navigate the user to the home page, and we will replace this to true. So if I go to the login again and try to go here, and if I hit enter, as you can see, we are not getting redirected to the login page. It's because, so let's fix this. So what we can do, we can simply navigate the user to, let's suppose, home route, and replace this to true. Similarly, we are going to log in the user and then navigate the user to the home page and replace this to true. So if I hit here logout, now once we hit the logout, we are going to navigate the user to the login page. So I'll write here navigate is equal to use navigate, and we will navigate the user. So I'll write a navigate slash login slash replace to true. So if I go to the login and log in my user, as you can see, we are getting immediately logged into the user. And if I go to the here login, as you can see, we're still getting redirected to the home page, so we can't go back, we can't go to the register and log in when we are logged in. So if I hit here logout, then we will be successfully, we can go to this route. So these routes are allowed, right? So as you can see, we have managed. So let's test it with one user as well. So I'll write here iuse@gmail.com, iuse enter. As you can see, this is working pretty fine. So as you can see, in this video we have maintained the user login persistence of the user. So in the next video we are going to protect this home page route, and we will start creating some more backend routes for the contacts in the next video. And we will later on we will later on bring that API, and we will use that API endpoints to fetch the contacts and display it onto our client side as well. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.